Giga fam, after the surprise weapons balancing patch from a few days ago in Warzone, there's been a ton of hype for the Merrick 556, and I agree. It was already a great gun. I think people slept on it before. It was already like a contender for meta, and after a significant buff, it is just insane right now. But people are sleeping on the XMG. I actually would argue after its buff, it is even more broken for what it is than the Merrick 556, right? The Merrick 556 is incredible as like that cookie cutter sweat meta, but the XMG as an LMG is actually disgusting right now, and I've got the data to back it up. So traditionally with LMGs, they experience a little bit less damage fall off, but really anything less than like an 850 millisecond TTK at long ranges, like out to infinity, is going to be pretty busted. To the chest, its average TTK between 80 and 120 meters is barely over 700 milliseconds, and it's going to be 750 milliseconds out to infinity. This is insane stuff. Yes, at some of the closer ranges, the ARs will be ripping a little bit faster, but the XMG still has a competitive TTK of 689 milliseconds. Sub 700 is solid. You're going to be using your SMGs at a lot of those ranges anyway. And when the other ARs start to experience fall off, the XMG gets more and more competitive and then totally overtakes them at long ranges. Meanwhile, in my opinion, it has the best recoil in the game. So if you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of handling and a little bit of TTK up close, the XMG is the long range, zero recoil behemoth right now. So of course I've got builds to show it off, but I've also got some juicy gameplay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of like a more all-arounder kind of sweaty type build for the XMG. And I'm also going to show you my personal favorite, a green thermal. And spoiler alert, it's got a 200 rounder on it. So we'll get a full gameplay and then the build and then a full gameplay and then the next build. But first, smash that like button. It helps me out so much. Subscribe with notifications on if you're new around here. Without further ado, let's get into that sweaty build gameplay, and then I got the build for you. Check it out. 750 millisecond TTK out to infinity is broken. I think the Merrick is kind of, they also broke the Merrick, so you know, I guess it's just what do you value more, kind of an overall broken AR or a broken LMG. It's hard to say. For me and my playstyle, probably the MG. I actually would argue for what it is, the LMG is a little bit more overtuned right now. It's just kind of a hot take, but I mean, I think Merrick fits in a little bit more as like a cookie cutter meta. But yeah, I mean, traditionally, even if this thing was like an 850 ms TTK out to infinity with everything else it's got going on, the recoil and all that good stuff, it would be really, really powerful. So they definitely overdid the buff, but I'm not complaining because I like LMGs. Because a lot of those ranges where it's going to get beat, you're going to use your SMG anyway. And it's not like it's bad at those ranges, it's just not as broken as some of the other stuff. Wanted to go tower, but it just was a little bit scuffed, and there's good kill density where I am now, so kind of like no point. Gotta reload quickly. I enjoy the 200 rounds, but I think with mono, it's just gonna be too slow ADS wise, even with quick draw. Plus target laser helps with mono a lot. Helps cancel out that bob effect. Very important. You're gonna run mono. We're gonna chill until fire cell. Getting advanced up, and then we can kind of figure out our next move. Damage output is laughably strong. They don't realize it, but they cannot chow me at these ranges. I'm unbeatable. Like, unless the obscenely unlikely event that they had one as well. Broken. I think if the recoil was the same, I would say they're both equally broken, but XMG has better recoil, so you can absolutely run Merrick. It's overtuned, it's powerful, but if I had to pick which one I think is more broken, I'm going with the XMG. I think it's more broken after the patch. Here they come. That's a meat stack. Not gonna lie, I forgot that other advance was there. I'm really dumb.
available. Taking effective fire! Target area marked. You're cleared hot. Copy that. Bronco 3-1 is on station. Strike inbound. Mission airstrike ready for dump. No hit. Go again. Took a round! Target area marked. You're cleared hot. Longbow 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound.
I think I kill the guys in the zone. Easier said than done, but I think I have to.
Reloading. 5 squads still operational in the AO. Gas is inbound.
And then we just go gas mask.
Commencing run. Napalm on target. Psycho heading to rearm.
The guy taking my height makes this really difficult.
I'm reloading.
We're gonna top off real quick though.
SDR awaiting target data.
Top 3. Don't let up now. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert. 16 rounds. Out.
Just in case he's still there.
Losing ground. Reloading.
Nice.
Throwing grenade. You're in the last 2. Now finish.
We got this beautifully balanced build. I like to go into gunfighter now, guys. I think it's kind of a no-brainer with how balanced the SMG meta is, how strong the ground loot subs are, as well as how powerful rapid fire Grekova can be in the right hands. You just have a lot of options to kind of replace your secondary if you need to, kill an enemy player, take their sub. And in the event that you hit a second loadout, it is just such a huge power spike to have 2 gunfighter guns. It really improves your win condition. So I highly recommend at least considering going into gunfighter. You can still go overkill if you want, but I think you're leaving a lot of potential kind of loot curve and power over the course of the game on the table. If you drop 3 attachments, I probably wouldn't run monolithic. I would run compensator. And then I would drop the quick draw grip, the target laser, and the recoil springs. But for this build, the reason we go gain twist is because this gun has like hardly any damage fall off, right? The damage out to infinity is spectacular. We don't need to worry about extending the damage range. I go target laser on this build to cancel out the bob effect of the monolithic and just make it overall like a lot more stable. It's a luxury we can afford in a gunfighter build. Really, really nice. In my opinion, with monolithic suppressor, it's not going to be worth investing into a giant mag. You're just going to have way too slow of handling. So we just don't run the mag even on the gunfighter version. But now let's get into the Giga sauce, man. My world famous green thermal, beautiful behemoth build coming right up. Enjoy.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert. 16 rounds. Out. 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 16 rounds. Out.
Much better way to chow that, by the way.
That was close.
What I just did. I don't know why people always do that one goofy hop up. Dang it.
Target area marked. You're clear. Enemy dropping to the AO. Copy. Longbow 3-1 on the run. Break inbound. Coming LDBR. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
It's a good start. I have a lot of resources too. I still have a bunch of free buys. I mean, I should probably pop in advanced, honestly. Wait out this mortar.
Marking enemy. Enemy destroyed. Hunt down the rest of them. Enemies are dropping into the area. Requesting recon at this time. 1-1 requesting recon at this time. Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Probably jump. Unless he goes subroof. He knows what he's doing.
Enemy UAV is online. Shot missed. No joy.
This guy's annoying. Wow. He just ate the PA.
Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunting.
The fact he ate the PA all the way up top is wild.
Still confirmed.
Ah. Need to suck it up and reload here.
Marking enemy. Red on ammo. Moving here. Reloading. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy destroyed. Use your tag map to hunt down the rest of them. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
The friggin' beam, man. It's really, really hard.
Playstyle active. Five station
I mean, this thermal as well is broken. And it's one of the only fully autos that gets access to it. Basically, the LMGs and the Grau, the only ones that can use this thermal. It'd be a bad idea to refresh a little bit right here
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
with fire cell. We are on 17, which is a decent kill count.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
UAV available for tasking.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
UAV available for tasking.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
Standing by.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is closing in. Precision airstrike standing by. You've got a loadout drop.
A lot of density in this lobby. I don't feel the need to push that, to be honest.
Hostile UAV in the area.
What I'll do is help this guy rotate. Give him a chance to get his team back up. This guy on the left. Oh, never mind. I'll kill him. I don't know what these dudes are doing. Sometimes you get holds, you really ought to think about like taking space.
Target down. Marking the rest of them. Marks remain in operation.
Okay. Let those guys refresh and then we'll chow the roof. Cool thing about the 200 round MG is I don't even have to reload. I can like hit the loadout. That's why I threw the loadout up there. I'm gonna hazard like not wasting my PA for that water tower guy.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the side.
Just in case he doesn't have a self.
Enemy UAV over.
Got hot though, so I wasn't able to like
Gas is moving.
figure out if we got the cleanup on him, which we didn't. So that was a mistake. Unless I get this down. Was a mistake regardless, but maybe I can bail myself out here. First, let's insta reload. Nice. Having smokes makes this a lot easier than it was. I can take the time to set the mines properly. So I can't really play ultimate height in case he's like ratting up there. Now we definitely PA. Not making the same mistake again.
4 remaining.
Oh wow. And the lobby died out. This little bullet pen right there as well. Pop this off one more time, then I think we're good for the rest of the map.
The enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost them. Top 3, don't let up now. 3 squads left in the
1v2 here.
Fire! That was close.
Nice. So for the green thermal build, you cannot run monolithic suppressor because there's like a weird visual obfuscation that happens while you're scoped in with the green thermal. If it's suppressed, at least on the XMG, it just does not look pretty. Give it a shot for yourself. Maybe it won't bother you. And then you could try kind of like a combination of the two builds where you drop the extended mag 2, you throw on the target laser, and you also run mono. By the way, if you go that build, you switch over to recoil springs. Otherwise, it's just like an overkill amount of bullet velocity. But without mono, I do like overpressured, although, you know, pros and cons. Trading 19% bullet velocity for 11% recoil, that's a pretty fair trade. So that's kind of dealer's choice. I'm liking the overpressured right now. Even with the 200 round mag, we still have a sub 400 millisecond ADS time, which is not terrible. One of the beauties of being able to go gunfighter. If you want it to be faster handling, you could drop this and go for the utterly stable target laser plus compensator combo. That's another option as well. Personally, I don't really like how the laser looks in my sight picture. Well, it's not too bad on the XMG. So yeah, this is another really good build as well. But personally, I really like dropping the monolithic suppressor, and I would rather have 200 rounds than stay off the map and have better recoil. It just feels amazing. Another tactic I'll do a lot of the time is I'll run up and touch a loadout and instantly refresh 200 rounds without having to go through an 8-second LMG reload animation. Pretty crazy stuff, where you can kind of like set the battlefield up for yourself end game by like throwing a loadout out preemptively that you might hit earlier in the game. That's obviously a luxury as a regain, but it's there as an option to sort of quickly reload off of it when you need it. I have tons of clips of me doing this. This isn't just like a random niche thing. It actually is pretty practical. Give it a shot for yourself. But here's my preferred build for the XMG. I adore this build. It's essentially what I already was running before the buff, and it was one of my favorite long-range guns in the game. It made my top 20 loadouts video I recently did. Now, I would say it's my top 1 loadout. I adore this thing. Give it a shot for yourself. I know some of you guys will love it as much as I do, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.